Okay, hi. My name is Paul, and in this video, I'll be teaching you some basics Excel that you're supposed to know and how to use it, navigate through your data, and just the basic aspect of Excel. And it will, in 30 minutes, you'll be taking all these basic part of Excel that can navigate you in your career and other aspects of your life. Then from there, you can also go advance yourself if you really want to. You get so it's just the basics that will help you to be able to grow more in Excel. So whenever you want to go for advanced class, it won't be a problem. So before this, you are able to do this course, you'll be able to go into advanced classes. So and before I continue, I want you to know that this video was sponsored by Beneficence Global Humanitarian Foundation. It's an NGO whose goal is to positively impact, you get to impact the lives of the youth and the less privileged. So shout out by Beneficence Global Humanitarian Foundation. So let's go into our tutorial on Excel. So the first thing I want you to notice that Excel is help us our work very easier. Instead of using the traditional means to record data, you can easily make use of Excel. In fact, you can also automate your data in Excel that it will be easier for you to input and store records through Excel. So that's why it's important for you to watch this video and practicalize everything that you'll be taught there. So the first thing I want you to know that is you have to be able to download Excel, and you can download Excel from any platform. So I don't want to go into how to download Excel because I know that you can get those ones in the YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and look for how to download Excel, and also you can go to get into PC. If you get going to get into PC, from get into PC, you can also download Excel from there. So let's dive into the class shortly. So now I have Excel on my laptop already, which I've installed. So going to Excel, I'm going to open Excel. So when you open Excel, the first thing you'll be seeing is this. You'll be seeing this, and you'll be seeing your blank workbook and some other tutorial for you to also check in Excel. So Excel provide some tutorial. So under this place are the history of the data you've stored. That is the Excel file that you've worked on so far. That is where you see all this. Now you have more template. That is, if you want to check some template about your template of your workbook, you can go to more template and check that. So when you click on blank workbook, this is a workbook. Do you get that has cheats? And you can see here we're having cheat one. So I can easily come here and create another cheat which make it cheat two. So a workbook having only just one sheet. So this place is a workbook having just one sheet, and you can have multiple sheets in a workbook. Do you get? And another thing you should know is that the side of the worksheet, the spreadsheet itself, you can see that it's numerical value, and here is alphabetical value, and this helps us to be able to know where a particular data can lies. It helps us. It actually explain or describe the cell which you are. Now you can see that my cursor is on a particular cell. This is what we call cell, and my cursor is on a particular cell. And from here, if I'm being asked that, okay, type if I type 100 here and click enter, that is, I have 100 here. So if I'm being asked, okay, where is 100, I can easily see that 100 is at E6. How do I know that is at E6? If you check here from the top, which is the column, you can see that is E, and when we check the row, you can see that is 6. That is E column and 6 row, which is E6. That is why. So whenever you are being to, and why do we need this? Why do we have to know all this before we that? Because it will come to a time when you are working with formula, there will be need for you to also reference those some cells. And when you are referencing some cells, you need to be able to know that, okay, I'm referencing E6, I'm referencing B8, I'm referencing A6 to AD. So all those ones are very necessary. So the next thing I'm going to show you is on how to, maybe you downloaded an Excel file, how to bring it into your Excel app, your Excel software, and how to also save from an Excel software. I want us to do that quickly, and before we move further. So if you want to, maybe you downloaded an Excel file and you are trying to bring out that Excel file even to the Excel software. What you just have to do is just go to File and click on File. When you click on File, then you move your course. You can see we have Home, we have New, we have Open. Do you get? When you click on New, it's going to come to this place which we don't actually need, which is a blank book. But we want to open an Excel file, so we have to click on Open. When you click on Open, it's going to refer you to this page. Then you go to Browse, and immediately you move to Browse, it will open your file on your laptop, on your system. When you open your laptop on your file on your system, you can search for the cell. Maybe let's say my data is at document. I stored it at document. You can see this book one. I want to bring it out from Excel. I've already downloaded it already, and I want to bring it out into Excel. What I will just do is just to click on it and open, and immediately you see it open, and I have it here. You can see I have my Excel file. I have everything here. And if you want to save also, you can also save. And we are still going to go there, but let me just stop on this because I have some things to tell us. Because I'm going to create a data on an Excel file. Then I will teach you on how to save and do some sort of things that are needed, some basic things that is needed to do using Excel file. So the next thing we are going to do now is just to I'm going to close. I'm with no need of closing. So I'm going to come to this place. And if you remember, I told you that this is sales. So I want to create a data. And after creating the data, I'm going to make use of the ribbon. You can see here that we have a lot of functions here. We have a lot of tab here that you can use. And all this place is called ribbon. It's called ribbon. And some people call it ribbon, but it's called ribbon. And this ribbon helps you to manipulate your data and give some commands to Excel to help you to do some advanced things on Excel. Do you get? Excel using Excel is not just to impute data, but you can also do some things using Excel and everything. So like for example, let's say I want to create a data that has, let's say I'm a teacher and I want to create a data that has the name of my student and their score. Do you get the name of my student and their score? I can just come here and say, okay, name. Then I come to this place and say, score. So I can just impute. So I'm going to be imputing randomly. You can impute any name you want to put. Me, I'm putting my own. So you can just put your own. You see, I'm putting my own. You can just put your own. We are coming. As I know, it should be capital letter. Name should start with capital letter. And you can see that. Then I have another one. Let me put Fumbi. Let's say Fumi. Don't worry. You're surprised. I love Yoruba names. Don't know why, though. I also have Yoruba name. But I love Yoruba name so much. So I have this student. Let's say I have 5 students and I have their score as an overall score of all their subjects. Let me give them, like, I'm giving 67 to Ade. I'm giving 80 to Tunde. I'm giving 78 to Fumi. So Tokwe, I'm going to give Tokwe, let's say 90. So let's say Tokwe is the smartest among them. I'm giving Tokwe 90. So from here, I've created an Excel sheet. Do you get? Now, let me say, as a teacher, I now decided that, okay, every of my students, they are going to collect some prizes, that is prize for them based on what their score in Excel. So their score in the class. Let's say for the one that scores 67, I decided that I'm going to give 100 naira. I'm really sorry if that amount is small, but I just have to, just an example. The one that had 8, maybe I decided to keep that 200, and 78, I decided to give 78 180, and the 90, I decided to say, okay, let me give the 90 out. Let me give him 300 naira. 300 naira. Now we can see here now that the first thing I'm going to be doing is that all these sheets, I'm going to be doing something on this ribbon. Remember home, we show all this ribbon. I'm going to quickly do some part of this ribbon, the basics part of it. Those are some advanced parts of this ribbon, but I'm going to do the basics part for you to be able to understand some basic thing in Excel. Now the first thing is that you remember that this price is actually should be in currency. but obviously it's just a number. So Excel help us to be able to convert it to a currency. And how will you do that? After clicking on home, you go to number and click here. Then you can see here currency. So I'll just change it to currency. But when I change it to currency, immediately it introduced dollar. And you know that I'm in Nigeria. I want to make use of Naira. Obviously, I'm going to be giving Adetunde Funmi Toko because those are your Nigerian names. I'm going to be giving them in Naira and not in dollars. How will I change that? I just have to come here and click here, then move to more accounting format. When you move to more accounting format, you go to currency, then you click on symbol. You click on symbol. I start looking for Naira. You start looking for Naira. Scroll down. So you should be able to be seeing Naira here. Naira started with N. Now it does not matter you see Fulani, Edo, all of them is still Naira. It does not matter anyone you choose, you are still going to have your Naira there. So I'm choosing Yoruba. Let me choose Yoruba. Let me choose Yoruba. You can choose Igbo, you can choose anyone. It's still the same thing. So I chose Yoruba, and you can see that I have my data here. So whenever you can see that before I did that, I have to highlight all that column. So any element I put on this step, let's say if I put 5 now and click enter, what will it do? It will introduce what? Naira for me immediately because I've given Excel an instruction that on this column, all those things I want should be in currency. And that is why I could have currency here. Do you get? So another thing I want you to know is that you can see that this place is having like two decimal, isn't, which can be reduced. You can reduce it to a whole number, or you can add it to more decimal. So I'm going to reduce it now. Going to this place, you can see still on the same number. When you go there and you click on it, automatically you're having your what? You're having your whole number in Naira. Another thing is that I want to make sure that my data is looked presentable. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to separate the column head from the main data. And our column head is name, score, and price. How will I do that? I just come and highlight. When you want to highlight, you just click on your left side of your cursor and drag it down here. So I've highlighted it. Then I'll just pick any color to change the background color. So I want to change the background color. Let me change the background color to this. So we can have a unique which is yellow. And I can just change, I can make it also bold. Do you get? I can come here and change it to what? Bold. So I can have a bold. You can see that it's different and it's very bold. That's a separate. So if anyone should see my data, I can know that okay, this is an heading. So for someone that you say, this name, this is called this price, so it's the head of the data, and why all these space are the normal destination of the data are just the body of the data. And another thing I want to know is that alignment. You can see alignment there. You can also change fonts. You can change fonts. You can convert to alphabetical order. You can see here now. You can have you can convert it to numbers. You can even change the color of the element itself. You can do that, and you can also give it a what's it called, a borderline. You get? If I want to give it a borderline, I can just highlight everything, then I move to here and click. I can choose any different type of borderline, but I want everything to be bordered. That all borderlines should be in everything. I click on all borders. You can see that voila, I'm having my data straight away, and it's very neat and very presentable right now. So now you can see that Ade, Tunde, and Fumi, everything I type are all Ade, Tunde, and Fumi are all at the right side, skewed to the right side. That is when I can make use of alignment. I can use alignment to bring every of my data to the middle. And how will I do that? I will just bring it and scroll everything down and click on the middle. You can see alignment. I'm aligning it to the middle. Immediately I click on it, you can see that all my data is more presentable. Both of them are presentable. If you want to do it like that, you can also do it like that. And if you don't want to do that and you just want to leave it that way, you can also do that. It will help you to still make your work easy and very neat. So moving to the next thing you have to do, I'm going to be showing you. All right. So moving on to what you can also do with Excel. Going back to my Excel, Now, another thing I want you to know is that I told you that I changed that one to price. You can also change to date, can change to set a particular cell to date, set a particular cell to a particular column to anyone you want to set it. You can see what you just have to do is to highlight the place and go here. If I want it to be general, if I want it to be number, I click here. If I want it to be short date, I click here. Long date, I click here. If I want it to be in percentage, I can also do that. Let's say I want the score to be in percentage, I can just easily click here and come here. Then I come here, then make it what a percentage. You can see you're making it a percentage. Then I can just come here and reduce. Do you get? Then I just change everything for myself. Change this to 67%. This, let me change it. 80%, and there is 78, and here is 90%. You can also do that. That is on the number one. Now, another thing you can do is to sort your data. If you can sort your data also, if you want to sort and filter your data, sorting and filter helps you to be able to that remove some data. Let's say, for example, you want to sort your data in alphabetical order. You can see that this name is not in alphabetical order. We have A, we have T, then F and T again. So if I want to make it to be in alphabetical order, or from the ascending to the descending or descending to ascending, that is why we make use of sort. Do you get? We make use of sort to do that. Sort will help you to place them based on ascending order. Let me start with a day. If I just click on this a day, if I just highlight a day and go to sort and filter, then I can now sort it. A to Z means from lowest to the highest. You can see that whenever you place your cursor, it's you place your cursor, you can see that Excel has the capacity to just bring out the function, or what you can do, what the particular function is meant for. And you can see here that sort A to Z. That means I'm sorting from A to Z. When I click on it and I said okay, sort. If I click on sort, you can see that it's starting from Ade, then Fumi, then Tope, and what Tunde. You can see easily it has sorted everything for me. Now, if I want to also filter, I can filter also. Why will I filter? Let me see. I will just come here and click on, then click on let's say click on filter. Immediately I click on filter, I can just say okay. I don't want it to show all the score. I want it to show just Ade and Fumi. When I click on OK, you see that my data will be showing just Ade and Fumi. So I filtered it to Ade and Fumi. So you can easily filter your data by using sort and filter. So let me clear that. Let me clear that. So I remove everything. And one thing is that if you make any mistake and you are trying to go back to where you are, just click on Ctrl Z. It's going to take you back to where you are. So I'm going to do something. I want to do the summation of price. How will I do the summation of price? There are different ways to do summation of price. Is either you use function or you automate it. You just use automatic sum. And how will you do that? Let's say if I want to check the total amount I'll be spending after giving the price to this student. Then what will I do? After highlighting, I go to here and you can see here that we're having sum. Automatically, it summed everything for me, and I'm having my total amount to be what 780 naira. Do you get? That is a way of summing. That's the way of summing which is automatic. And you can also do this. You can see many options. You can look for the sum. You can look for the average. You can look for the count of number, the maximum and the minimum. All these ones are just automatic. Do you get? You want to do it automatically. So, but you can do all these things making use of function. So let's say I come to this place. I want to look for the sum of price. I want to look for sum of price. Then I want to look for sorry this, let me clear it here and put it here. Sum of price. Then I want to look for the average, then the minimum, and the maximum. So let's do that. I want to do all this just on this. So the sum, I can just say equals to. Whenever you're writing the formula, you start with equals to, then sum. You can see, and it break everything out for me. This sum. I can just click on sum and highlight everything here. Highlight it. You can see what I mentioned, C2 to C5. You can see just the cell, close the bracket and enter. I have my sum as 480. Now I want to do the average also equals to, I click on average, average. You can see that bringing average, I double click on it, I highlight again and I close it, then enter. I'm having my average. So I'm going to be doing minimum also. Let's do minimum. Uh, let's go here equals to. Then I have my minimum, the minimum value. Double tap on it, highlight, then close your bracket. You have it. These are minimum. So our maximum, you can also do the same thing equals to max. Then open your bracket, highlight again, and close, enter. So using, you can see the difference there is that I've done everything using just functions, using formulas to do my sum, for my average, my mean. I told you that I can do that automatically, but the only difference between both of them is that you can't just put your sum and everything in any other place. You have to highlight it. You only put it at the down part. Do you get? And which might be a little bit difficult. But you can see that here I can actually create a place and put them there. Do you get? And that's it. That is it. And another thing I want you to know is that you can do times, you can do multiplication, you can do addition, you can do a lot. Let's say for example, let me come to this place and say I have 40 here and I have 60 here, 60 here, I have 30 here. So if I want to do the sum for this, I can actually do it, which you know already, equals to your sum, and you're going to be having your results. You get, if I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be having my results. But I want to teach you how you can do this. For example, now let's say I want to add this together. What will I do? I'll just click on equals to, tap here, then click my star. You see this star is multiplication. You get, and come to this place again and enter. You get, and I have 2,400. You can see that is I've multiplied them together. And if it is addition, you can also do the same thing, or you do sum. You get, and again, I want you to know that you can also look for the square of 40. Let's say I want to look for the square of 40. Let's say I want to look for the square of 40, square of 40, square of 40. So I can easily just come to this place. I can easily just come here and click on equals to, then 40. When you are dealing with square, you have to have double star. Then you put your 2, and it's going to do that for you. Then we found the typo, okay, and that is that. Okay, you times it with 2. Okay, we can let's make use of formula for this. Then square, we have square root, look for square root, and there we have our 40, and close a bracket and enter. And we can see that we can easily look for the square root. Sorry, I said square, I mean square root. So we can easily look for the square root of 40 using the formula. You can see as the square of 40 is 6.324. You can make use of your calculator to check if you are correct. And make use of a calculator. So from there you can check if you are correct or not. So another thing I want to ask you is that, okay, let's say I want to add a a column between price and score. How will I do that? You can just bring your cursor to here and click on the right side and click on insert, and you can see that automatically it has created it. And if I want to delete it also, I can also come here and delete, and it will delete it for me. Or you can also do them here. You can see all of them here: delete cell, delete sheet, delete. You can also do them here: insert cell, insert sheet, column, insert. You can do all those ones, making use of of that. And you should know that even when doing some calculation, though you can do some things automatically, you can also try to get yourself used to some formulas because it will help you. Because there are some calculations on Excel that you can't do it without making use of some functions. There are many functions which you can touch. I could only touch some average, minimum, maximum, square root, but there are many more functions that you can make use of. Many more functions you can make use of. You get, and that helps you to be able to do well when using Excel in your data. So another thing is that you can also add to call row. You can just come like this and the same thing insert, and you can also delete and come here like this, and the same thing you do what? You delete it, and that is it. You can also delete it also that way if you want to. You can do that. And again, I want you to do that. You can change uh, some of these format and change the table, like having a particular format of table. I want to convert this. This is just a cell. It's not yet a table. I want you to listen very well. I've created it. It's just a spreadsheet. I just make it look like table, doing some three or two things. But I can actually insert a table into this. And how do you insert a table? You can just come here, highlight everything, and go to insert. Then you see insert table, and immediately it will pop up that okay, this is what I want to insert, and they're asking my table has headers. Yes, our table has headers, which is name, score, and price. Yes, it has header, and I click on okay, and you can see what it did there. You can see that it gave it some kind of tushness, some kind of making it very well more presentable than me doing it manually. And I can change it to any color. I can decide to change it to this, and there are more color you can change it to if you want to. You can change it there, you can change it here, you can change it here. So let's me just leave mine here. So I've changed it here, and it introduced filter to it whereby I can filter if I want to. I can filter if I want to and make it from begin. You can make it from ascending order to descending order. You can also do that. So another thing is that I told you that a workbook can contain many sheets. Actually, this workbook is containing just one sheet, so I can make it to contain like more than one sheet. And how will I do that? By clicking, you can see this plus sign here. When you click on it, automatically it created another sheet for you, which is sheet 2, and we have sheet 1 also. And I can name my sheet. Let's say I want to name this sheet like student score. Just double tap it and change it to student score. Student score. That's what. And I can also double tap this phone and change it to work in progress. In progress. So you can do that with your Excel. That means on this workbook, I'm having two worksheets. I'm having two worksheets. You can see that. Now, I want you to know that you can also look for a percentage of a particular number. Do you get? Let's say I want to look for a percentage of a particular number. Let's say this percent. Let me make this a percentage. Let me make this a percentage. This one is a percentage. So this one is just a, let's say this one, let me make it a currency. So let's say on this, I just put like one, enter. So let me not put one, let me put like so 7%, enter. I have 7% here. And let me put 27800. You can see that is in dollar, and I want to look for the percentage of this. How will I do that? What you just have to do is just equals to, right? Then click on this 7% and click on your star, just one star, and click on this again and enter. And this is the 7% of this. You have the 7% of this. And another thing you have to know is you can it can allow a know that you need a particular format for your Excel. You need a particular format for your Excel. Okay, so you can see now that having this. So lastly, how can I save this? How can I save it? I told you how to bring in a Excel file to the software. Now, how can you save what you've done particularly? What you just have to do is to go to File and click on Save, then move to Browse and pick where you want it to be. Let's say I want it to be in download. I can also change the name if I want to. I can change the name and give it another name. Let's say I want to give it see you see I want to give it pause. I can just save it and it is saved already. I've saved it. I can see the name here. I've saved my Excel file. So whenever I want to view it, I can still go back and view my Excel file. So I'll be stopping here. I will be stopping here, and we have the advanced class where to with this basic you can actually go for the advanced. If you know all these basics, you can go to the advanced whereby you know some conditional formatting. That's where we do conditional formatting and other parts like pivot table, pivot charts, your table and everything. How to make pie chart and everything. That is the advanced aspect of it. So this class is just to take you basics on Excel. And again, I want you to know that this video was sponsored by Beneficiaries Global Humanitarian Foundation. So thank you, Beneficiaries Global Humanitarian Foundation, to for this opportunity to make people learn more. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much.